So I'm here at Eurobike 2025 and I'm on my favourite stand with one of my favourite people in the industry, Sandra Wolf, the CEO of Riese Müller. Sandra, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what's Eurobike meaning for you?
Thanks for being here at Eurobike and thanks for having the same haircut as I have.
I've been trying.
I'm really happy.
And the same, my son has the same name as your surname as well, so we're very intertwined. And it's been about 10 years now that we've had a really nice relationship, hugely inspired by what you've done and what you've achieved. But tell us a little bit about you to our audience.
Yeah, I'm Sandra Wolf and I'm the CEO of Riese Müller. We are a premium e-bike manufacturer here in Germany, and I'm basically in charge of everything at Riese Müller, but specifically for strategic topics such as sustainability, HR, but also like how is the industry evolving, how can we push this beautiful branch and beautiful business further.
And you guys are the benchmark in the industry for sustainability. Your report has just come out, your new report.
And it's our 5th report because when we started with this sustainability mission in 2019, we said we wanted to be the most sustainable e-bike manufacturer in 2025.
Yeah.
And so this is the 5th report and we are reporting what have we achieved over the last 5 years. And it shows also we have achieved a lot, but this is not the end of the journey.
Okay, this is awesome. And so Eurobike, tell me about Eurobike. So my understanding is about 34 years ago or so, that Riese Müller's first touch point with the world was through Eurobike. Is that right?
So Riese Müller turned 33 years this year, and there was only 2 Eurobikes that we missed.
Wow.
So this is our 31st Eurobike.
And it's important to say that the 2 founders, Heiko and Marcus, obviously you are married to Heiko.
Yes.
So that's important just to clarify that there is a real family element to this massive business. I mean, you must have 1,000 staff or something these days.
A bit less. It's like 850. A bit less than 1,000, but it's still massive. If you think of where we came from and how long this development took us to be a company of this size and of this maybe also importance.
And still completely privately owned.
Yes.
And I mean, this is magical because a lot of these businesses, big e-bike brands or big supermarket bike brands, they don't get to that part. They normally have a group purchase or a venture capitalist or something like that come along. So it's pretty impressive that you managed to keep that.
We made it and they made it to stay over more than 30 years, to keep this company, to keep it in family hands and to stay friends. I mean, that's really next to the financial thing. I always admire what they went through and how they always able to overcome any kind of obstacle.
And the big growth change is kind of when the Bosch technology came out. Is that when Riese Müller really catapulted into that next dimension?
Yeah, Bosch or let's say e-bikes, because when we were founded, we were we started with a folding bike and then for many years we were in a niche for normal bikes without motor, and then we saw with our engineering capacities that the e-bike revolution kind of is our revolution too, because that's where we belong to, kind of longer distances, highly comfortable rides, and for commuters and for changing cities.
Some of the brands that we deal with have not come to Eurobike this year. What do you think the future of Eurobike looks like? Is it still going to remain the same?
For us, it was pretty clear that we are coming to Eurobike, and I think it's very important to be here. Not only because to me it's still a very important trade fair where you meet people, where you meet your community, be it dealers or be it end customers, especially also German end customers. But I think it's very important, and it's not only a business platform, but to be here for me means also that we want to bring this kind of mobility to the world and spread the word to the world, because if everyone is doing his own thing or his or her own thing and it's only about business, then I think my personal mission, why I'm doing this and why I think the bike and the e-bike is such a great thing, it is not possible. So we need platforms like this where the whole industry is showing that we want to have a societal change. We can only do it together. So that's business is one thing, but the other thing is really to to spread the word and to say we are here and we broadcast this to the world.
When we talk about the world and like the next generation, what do you think maybe in 20 years time that like the next generation, what will it look like for the e-bike world then? Will there be more cargo bikes? Will there be a different type of e-bike? Will they be flying? You know, where's it going, do you think?
It's a very difficult question, and 20 years is a long time, but I think what you can say is, first of all, you said next generation. I think to bring this into a next generation and to make it a long-term thing, not only the company, but also the product, you know, that cycling is one of the most important vehicles to change cities.
Agreed.
And we are now talking about cities that have maybe 90% soft mobility, 95% soft mobility. So this is our vision, to be part of it. And to be part of it, we always have to be resilient. And I can't tell you if it's cargo bikes or not, but we have to be resilient and see, okay, what do the customers want? What is the mobility need? And how can we influence also the cities with our products and with our mindset?
I've always said that I think that every household should have a cargo bike. You know, like obviously that's not completely realistic, but I think the growth of cargo is going to be, I think we're just scratching the surface at the moment. I mean, they've always said the decade of the cargo bike. We're now halfway through that decade. And like, I mean, we're seeing, you know, it's more than 50% of our business, cargo, which is a lot in London. It's just really interesting to see the adaptation and more families doing it. But those kids that have ridden around on cargo bikes, you know, they are going to be, you know, like a big influence in the future as well.
I agree, but I think we need to also look at this missing link, which means what happens when these kids you're talking about are riding on their own. And how do we cope with parents that are like helicoptering, how do you say that, their kids? Because we have this momentum where the kids get out of the cargo bike and all of a sudden parents find it too dangerous for their own kids. And this is a very critical momentum not to lose these kids that are socialized in a cargo bike.
But I do believe that the truth always wins in these situations, and these bikes are safe. You know, they are, you know, fantastically, carefully manufactured. And sustainably, so that's definitely a good thing. So one thing which really stands out about Riese Müller is you've built such a strong network of global dealers throughout the world, and Fully Charged is extremely proud to be your UK's largest and most committed partner. What's the importance of that for you, and what's the reason behind building a dealer network rather than going D2C, which like a lot of brands have?
During your whole journey, your mobility journey, you need to have a partner, you need to have hypercare, and therefore it's there's no other option than having a good dealer network, which is kind of hand selected, because we don't take everybody, because we are a strong brand, and of course we need to have our brand represented.
No, good to know. So now a lot of our viewers are very excited to see what Riese Müller has come out with, what's new this year. So in terms of product innovation and technology, would you like to hand over to one of your lead team?
Yeah, sure. I'm handing over to Felix. He's our head of development and innovation. And he's showing you around and telling a bit about our developments and our innovation.
Okay, well, Sandra, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And no doubt I'll catch you later. Thank you. Hello,
hey,
Felix.
Ben. Nice to see you again.
Yes, indeed. So we've done quite a few reviews together over the years. So let's get straight into it. So what is new? What new Pinion stuff have you got to show me? Is there any other new things? I mean, you guys have always been the benchmark in introducing the new E14 Rohloff, introducing Bosch double battery. You were the first manufacturer to do all of these things.
Okay, so if you want to, I would like to invite you to go through the booth and show you some of our news.
So so let's get straight into it. So this is the new Charger 5,
Right.
And this is being unveiled today for the first time.
Yes, so we started a pre-sale of the Charger 5 last week, but now it's available for public. You are one of the first to see it.
Well, I also ordered some in that pre-sale as well,
that's good.
and I believe that they'll be coming in a few weeks.
Yes.
The first ones?
Yes. It's only available in the Bosch version because this bike you see here is with a Bosch Gen 5 drive unit, but it is also available with a Pinion MGU.
Yeah.
So we continued this multi-drive concept that we started last year with the D-Lite.
Yeah.
It's now applicable for the Charger 5 as well.
Yeah.
But for the pre-sale, we start with the Bosch drive units.
Okay, fine.
Only.
And so the first of the Pinions will be available in about September, October?
Yes.
Okay, that's great.
That's right.
And that will be available in 3 different colours?
Yes, we have 3 different colors for the male version and 3 different colors for the mixed version.
So there's 6 colours?
No. There are some...
There's some crossovers.
We have slate grey. That's the color here.
Yeah.
We have pine over there.
Yeah.
The third color for the male ones, I don't know by heart.
Okay.
And for the mixer, we have also dark red.
Yeah.
We have slate gray as a couple color. So if there's a couple, we have a matching color.
Yeah.
And we have magnesium, which is also quite nice. I can show you later on.
Okay, great. And the big differences with the Charger 5 is this finish here is beautiful.
Yes.
So it's more tapered, it's more polished, and it's more structurally sound. Yeah.
So we have a gravity casting part over here that represents the head tube, the first area of the top tube, and the down tube. And then there's a welding bead here, which is polished. You can see it underneath the welding bead. Then an extrusion part, hydroforming here in that area. That's also, I think, a quite nice feature because you have a straight line from here down there to the rear wheel axle. And one thing, so my absolute favorite feature of this bike is the new battery cover. Yeah. Because you can just remove it very easy. Yeah. It's robust, out of aluminium, painted in the frame color itself, and you can just assemble it very easy with one hand. You can mount a bottle cage holder. You can also mount the range extender 250 from Bosch. So very, very nice. Yeah, it's really tidy. The bike looks identical if it's got the Pinion. It's just because the frame is the same, It's absolutely the same frame. We can have a look at the Pinion bike. Should we walk and talk over to there, Okay, cool. We can walk and talk. So this is the Pine version, Pine Pinion. Right. Okay, cool. So the colors are available in both drive unit versions. So Pine is available for the Pinion MGU, but as well for the Bosch. But here you can see now the Pinion MGU assembled. So for sure it is not following the bottom line of the down tube. But you have this powerful drive unit, Pinion MGU E1.12. And that's available in HS as well. Yes, and I think that's the big advantage. So with the HS or S pedelec version, you can feel this power of this drive unit. It's obscene. It's really, really impressive. And I really like the fact it comes with the USB, USB-C, and then also the charger port now. And so you can just open up the flap and then plug in the the charging cable. I think that's a real nice feature. And so this is available in the mixed day frame as well, and that stays in those same colours in the dark matte grey, the pine. No pine for mixed day. No pine for mixed day. We'll have dark red. Dark red, and the magnesium that you can see. The magnesium is my favourite, so let's go and have a look at that. Yes. So this is definitely the best looking one for me in terms of the colour. This is beautiful. And I just kind of want to undress her a little bit as well and just show you that, because that really matches nicely. I mean, obviously you'd leave this on because it protects it from the elements, but... Yeah, it's a protection for the spring, but it's also a protection if you want to mount a child seat here. So the carrier has an approval for a child seat. 27 kg, Right? Children do not get their fingers into the spring. This is called Schultz, and this is the top of the range.
suspension seat post, which adds a huge amount of comfort.
And it's standard equipment.
And this one is available in closed as well, or is it just mixed A?
Yes, so the color magnesium is available
In
for
both.
the male version or the gents version as well.
Yeah. And then the sizing has slightly changed as well, is that right?
Yeah, so we made our mind about the stack and the reach, and we wanted to have a wider spread. So now you can ride the bikes in frame size 58 up to 2m5, 2m10.
Wow, okay, so for giants.
2m10 depends on the ratio of your upper body and lower body, but
So is it 46 to 58?
That's correct.
Yeah, okay, fine. Small, medium, large, and extra large, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So we start from the entry level with core models.
Yeah.
So a derailleur version and a Enviolo gear hub version with core, so entry level. Then we have derailleur, Enviolo as our mid-range. The Enviolo also available with automatic.
Yeah.
Both in pedelec, S-pedelec.
Yeah.
And then we have the upper range with Rohloff.
Yeah.
Rohloff S-pedelec.
So Rohloff is still considered the top.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, personally, I'm just going to throw it out there. I prefer to ride a Pinion HS than I do a Rohloff now.
Okay.
I don't know if you're even allowed to say, but I think that the Pinion should be the top of the range in my opinion.
Yes, I think it depends on the perspective. There are pros and cons for every setup, but I can understand, especially performance-wise, power-wise, the Pinion at the moment with the S-pedelec is outstanding.
But so, am I right in thinking that the new Bosch system though will be 100 Newton meters on the Charger 5?
Yeah, so the default setting is 85 Newton meters still.
Yeah.
But you can get a performance upgrade, and then you can upgrade to 100 Newton meters and 700 watt peak power.
And that's available through the Flow app.
Right.
So this is the new Superdelite GT Rohloff HS or CX.
Yeah, so here we see the CX version, but it's also available as HS. And you see a new color for the Superdelite.
Yeah, this is called Shadow. Yes, it's off-white. And this is a 400. This is an 800.
Right.
Yeah, not Pinion yet.
Right.
Because it's not got the dual battery option. Okay. It's nice with the new Rohloff shifter. I think that makes quite a nice difference.
Yeah, definitely. And I think with the new pannier rack here, it looks very sporty. It looks like a coffee racer. So I really like this one.
And obviously you can have it with the control the carrier rack, as well. But this is good for 5 kilos on each side.
Right.
This is good for 27 kilos. Okay. And obviously there's still a front rack option. Very important to say it is available in the nice matte darker green as well, which we have over on the test track. Moss, which is a super nice color. So we'll get the camera to zoom in on that, because I think that will be an incredibly popular bike for us this year. Great. Now should we go and have a look at the load?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, so this is a huge one. There's a lot of changes here, and this is the first time I've seen it, so I'm very excited. But talk me through it. What's new? I mean, this looks incredible. The IBS looks amazing. So where do we start?
Yeah, so let's start maybe first of all with the engine or the drive unit.
Yeah.
Same here, we updated it to the new Gen 5 drive unit. So now the cargo line and the speed drive unit are available for the load. We call it load 5.
But so that's available in 100 Newton meters.
Yeah, so the default settings again is 85 Newton meters, but you can upgrade to 100.
And that will obviously compromise your battery range a little bit.
Yes, sure. So if there is a higher peak power, for sure, it needs to be supplied by the battery.
You could get 1600 watt hours.
Yes.
So then that is obviously
shouldn't be a problem.
Not that. Yeah, I mean that's the highest capacity of any Bosch e-bike I've ever seen in my life.
You already mentioned it. We have some new options. First of all, the performance package
Yeah.
It's an air shock
Yeah.
and air suspension fork,
Yeah.
and yet you can have a much better setup of your riding dynamics. We have some ball joints here, so that you can also prevent if there's a misalignment of the rear, the swing arm, and this will be available in February.
Yeah. So this bike isn't out until February.
No, just the option. The performance package option. If you want to have it, then your bike will be delivered in February.
Okay, fine.
But with the Gen 5 and with the standard equipment, no problem.
Okay, fine. And does the new Magura IBS come as part of the performance package?
No,
that's a standard.
It's a separate.
It's an option.
Separate
but
option.
that will be available from September if someone did want it. Yeah,
yes.
Okay, fine.
With the IBS, it's integral braking system.
It does sound like you've got IBS though. You know, like in the UK, IBS is irritable bowel syndrome. So I think some people might have to just get past that. I mean, it's not something you say, oh, by the way, my new Riese Müller's got IBS. You know, it's like, oh, is it okay?
No, it's a real nice feature, safety feature. You can actuate the brake, the front brake and the rear brake, just by using the rear brake lever.
And so in the UK, that would be
the other way around.
The front. The left-hand brake lever will actually activate both brakes evenly.
Yes.
And then if you want to pull the right lever, it will boost the front brake in case of emergency stop.
Yeah.
But I mean, genuinely, the thing about these bikes, I've been riding these bikes for 10 years. You know, since the first load came out in 2013. I mean, if I'm doing even 28 miles an hour, I can stop in about 3 meters. It is ridiculous how well it stops. Just slam both brakes on, it will stop in the shortest possible distance. It is because the wheelbase is so long and the brakes are so good. The big selling point about that is for people that maybe haven't had that experience and are a bit nervous, or you know, from a cost perspective, to wear those brakes down evenly. So the ABS and the IBS, you can't have them both at the same time.
Not at the moment. Technical wise, it's possible, but we don't offer it at the moment.
Okay, fine. And so that's exactly the same on the Load 60.
Yes.
And then in terms of colours, there's one new colour which is called
Arctic,
which is like a bluey, silvery kind of colour.
Yes.
And but other than that, the Load 75 is still available in peanut, tundra, charcoal, is it called?
Coal grey.
Coal grey, and now Arctic. So there's four colours.
Yes.
And then in the Load, it's the same? Sorry, in the Load 60,
is same.
It's the same. Okay,
same
cool.
colours in both.
And no other changes to the interior, to the cover. Just to recap, the differences are the IBS, the new rear air shock,
and front air
forks, and one new colour.
And the drivetrain. Or the drive unit, not the drivetrain.
Obviously, sorry, the new Bosch, which is a different integration.
Yes.
Yeah, so obviously that's been quite hard work. Cool. Okay, and then there's some new colours on multi-charger and multi-tinker.
Yes, right.
Okay, great.
New colours on the multi-charger, as you can see here.
And Gen 5 motor or not?
Gen 5 motor.
Wow. Okay, so that's new, but no pinion.
No pinion, just modification to the Gen 5. No pinion. You can have it the full range of the Gen 5. We have a family version with a fixed configuration dedicated for family usage.
GT touring setup with chain and cassette, at a low price point of 4.5.
PX drive unit.
85
Newton meters in default setting,
but can be
90 Newton meters. Only the family version is with the PX, and all the others are with the cargo line. And this S pedal leg with the speed.
Cool.
Drive unit.
Okay, so new colours are this
desert.
That's the same.
That's the same utility grey.
And that's and then white.
And we changed the cargo front carrier as the standard equipment. So in the past it was an option, but we analyzed the sales figures and everybody is asking for the cargo front carrier. So this is standard equipment now.
And is that the Ebike seat on the back? It looks really nice in that color combination, actually.
Yeah.
That's like a kind of like deserty kind of color too. And it sits really nicely back. So there's still plenty. I think this is a really underestimated bike in the UK. I think it's great. I love the fact that you can dock the kids' bike in the back as well. That's the only bike from Riese Müller you can do that OEM, yeah?
Yes, that's right. So it's important to understand that it is not like a real follow me.
Yeah.
So it's just to, if you go for a ride with your kid.
Yeah, and they get tired or the road feels a bit unsafe.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the new colors of the multi-tinker.
Yes.
So we've got this nice, what's this called?
Lava.
Lava. Oh, like Steve's lava chicken. Have you seen that on Minecraft?
No.
My kids are obsessed with it. La 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 lava chicken. You need to watch that. It's really good. But yeah, this is nice, and it obviously gets used on the road a lot. And you know, the colours have been quite PC before: petrol, black, white.
Right.
This is nice.
And here we have also changed the drive unit to the Gen 5.
Yeah.
So here we now have a family version as well.
Yeah.
With a PX drive unit.
Yeah.
And then all the others with cargo line.
Yeah.
And still no S-pedelec version available for the multi-tinker. So the multi-tinker is really the family 2 kids bike. Second color is called Olive.
Nice. This is a really stylish color. I really like that.
Yeah.
And you can see here that this has got the passenger kit rather than the safety bar kit. So this is good for slightly older kids. Personally, you could do that if you had the youngest. If this one was, say, up to 2 and this one was kind of like 6, that'd be a good combo. But if you had a kid that was 4 and 2, or then you'd probably go for the safety bar kit and have
use two child seats.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
One more.
Oh, Carrie is in a new color over there as
Carrie
well. Is that lava as well, or is that
No,
pink?
it's coral.
Coral.
Called Coral. Then we have a zip door in the front. So especially for dogs or for children to get in by themselves, you can open up here the flap and they can insert
like it
in this direction. So this is standard equipment.
Yeah.
We changed lock in the rear. So in the past you sometimes had trouble in case the bike is closed.
Yeah.
And both hands are full.
Yeah.
You always needed both hands to unlock and at the same time open up.
Oh, so it stays.
We removed the spring here, so it stays in the open position.
Yeah.
And now you can do it just with one hand.
Yeah.
And you can insert your grocery stuff.
So this is more for a dog. This setup.
This is a dog setup. Yes, right.
I mean that's actually great. A lot of our customers will be super into that. Was the dog setup available last year? I don't think it was.
No.
It was only bag or kids, So that's a great new setup.
And last but not least, also drive unit update to the Gen 5. And by doing that, we implement or we switch from the performance line to the performance line PX. So we now have 85 Newton meters and can upgrade to 90 Newton meters. And I think that's a real good update for the carry, because that was one of the most complaints that the power of the performance line is not enough for the bike.
Okay, all right. Well, Felix, thank you so much, mate. But lots of updates. So you must have had a very busy year.
Yes, definitely. But it's nice showing you around.
Yeah, great.
All the new stuff.
Cool.
And have fun by riding.
Thanks, buddy. Nice one.
See you.
Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much.